Bhowmik?
Yes, please.
Yeah, you can start now, Bhowmik.
All right. Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
So I will put my video off and I will share the screen. Okay.
Yeah, noted.
All right. So a warm evening to all the participants who have joined through this invitation. Myself, SAIKAT BHOWMIK, and I take care of two US institutions primarily um, in the zones of India. Now, before I start, I am not going to present anything which is called a PPT or something of that sort. It will be straight away onto the requirements, the USPs, and the questionnaire that you have in mind to discuss. All right. So the two institutions of USA that I will discuss are, first is the Montana State University Billings, popularly called MSUB. And the second institution is Menlo College, based in California. MENLO, Menlo. All right. So here on your screen, I'm starting with MSUB, that is Montana State University, Billings. Okay. This institution, I hope it is readable to everyone. The screen is visible.
Yes, Bhowmik.
All right. And I'm audible.
Yes.
All right. Great. Thank you. So Montana State University Billings is, as the name suggests, is based in the Montana state of USA, which is the fourth largest state, and based in the city, which is known as Billings. Okay. The city and the state are also known or famous as one of the most affordable cities and state of America. Okay. They have an influence of the companies from the state of Washington and the state of California. So equally good opportunities for students who are wanting to make a career in the disciplines that they offer, which we'll discuss. Few other things like they have got national parks. The surroundings are very, woody and leafy. That means full of flora and fauna, and a good state to start working or start your career, a student's career with. Coming to the UG part, now at MSUB, they offer UG, PG, and associate degree. Primarily today, we will be discussing about UG because we are yet waiting for an update for a PG GRE score, which has not yet been shared by the international team, which they have recently been promoting. So we will concentrate on UG first. We have this intake deadline or application deadline as 15th of June, 2024. So my request to all the partners who have associated themselves with this presentation today to keep this in mind so that if you have relevant applications, we'll be happy to process it and get you the offer letter and I-20 within the given time frame. So on your screen, you can see the TAT for offer letter, which is 1 to 2 weeks, right? And then the I-20 also 1 to 2 weeks. So if the profile matches exactly, and if the documents are exactly very proper, no fraudulence at all, then the processing time is reduced. Okay, so on my personal request to the administration of MSUB, they have given me a word that they will process the offer letter I-20 within the given deadlines. Okay. Coming to the application requirements. Admission requirements with application fee, $35 for UG. Minimum academics would be 50% at 12th, no less than 50%. SAT, ACT not required. Coming to English proficiency, we accept all the four. That is IELTS, you can see overall 6. That means there is no per band requirement, minimum requirement given. So we should be seeing a final score of 6, but ensure that the students who are getting the minimum score, that should not be too low that they are not able to comprehend the language at all. TOEFL 68, PT 50, Duolingo 100. So this is how you can play the things which is best suited for the student. There is no I-20 deposit. Coming to gaps and backlogs, we accept 2 years of gaps without any justification. But if it is more than 2 years, So we will need justification if the gap is between 2 and 4 years. Beyond 4 years, gaps won't be accepted or the application won't be accepted. Okay. If there is a diploma student, then we will accept the backlog of 7 to 8 backlogs. Now, if there are even a little more, say 9 or 10, please do share those profiles with me so that I can get it expedited. And probably if the evaluation is done, then probably you will not lose the student. So that is what we can extend as a support. SOP LOR not required, no VAS or SPANTRAN. What is the tuition fee for UG? $23,103 per annum. You can write all these things down, but not to worry, I will share all these details with you through Ms. Deepa. 23,103 is the tuition fee per annum. On-campus housing is $9,404 per annum. Funds. We need 1 day old fund to be shown as 34,507 only. Now, very simple documents required, which is on your screen, 10, 12 mark sheets and transcripts of diploma. Okay. Valid passport, English proficiency scorecard, application form, which can be shared with you. And the students are required to show the 1 month or 1 day, sorry, not 1 month, 1 day old fund in the bank's letterhead and with seal and signature. All right. If that is clear, I'm moving to PG, but we are not promoting PG immediately. I will give you an indication through Ms. Deepa the moment I receive the GRE score, but rest of the details are here under. Again, it is 15 June. Offer letter and TAT will be within 1 month, but we can push it for a closer numbers. I mean, closer, fewer number of days to close it. Admission requirement, $45 application fee. Minimum academics for bachelor's is 60%. Okay. Now, the catch. At MSUB, that is Montana State University Billings, there are only and only 2 courses available for international students to take. One is Master of Science in Psychology, and the other one is Master of Science in Athletic Training. Now, both these courses will require GRE exam or GRE score if the student's GPA is less than 3. Okay, GRE is mandatory. If the GPA is more than 3 GPA or more than 3, then GRE is not required. So if you are admitting a student with 60, the student should be having with his or her academics of 60 GRE score. If the student is 70, 75 plus academics, that student would not need GRE score. Clear? Now, requirements for English proficiency. For UG, it was 6 overall. For PG, it is 6.5 overall. There is no less than criteria per module. TOEFL 79, 50 PT, 100 Duolingo. I hope this is achievable for both of them. Now, in PG, there is no I-20 deposit. Gaps remain the same as we discussed. For 2 years, without justification, we can accept the application. But if it is more than 2 years and up to 4 years, we will need the justification. Backlogs remains the same, not more than 7 to 8. For PG, we would require the SOP and we would require 3 LORs, letters of recommendations. We would require 1 CV and 1 essay. And whether the student appears for the GRE or not, they have to go through this VAS procedure. So VAS is mandatory, or SPANTRAN you can say, either of them. Tuition fee. Tuition fee is $19,680 per annum. With on-campus housing and food, same, 9,404. And the student needs to show 1 day old fund as $31,084 only. Okay. And the documents, only one thing gets added, which is the bachelor's mark sheets. Rest all remains the same. Okay. Now, coming a bit below, we have an associate degree.
May I ask a question?
Yeah, who's this, please?
This is Madhu.
Yeah, Madhu.
So for masters in psychology or athletic training, can
Correct.
they have graduated in any major in undergraduate?
Yes, doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
They can take it up.
Thank you.
Hope that answers your question, brother.
Yes.
Yeah. So going a bit below, we also offer associate degree program. Now, this is peculiarly for those students who wish to enter into the USA and take up, you know, quick courses of 2 years, right, at a very minimum tuition fees and little funds to be shown. So the requirements for associate degree is absolutely same as that of UG. No changes at all. Where is the change? The change is here in the tuition fees. Per year, they have to pay $11,093. And for campus, it's the same, 9,404. And the funds change, and it is $22,497 as 1 day old fund. Now they call it 2+1+2+1 golden way to look at it. How is it? It works as if you are taking a student for associate degree of 2 years, after finishing the 2 years, the student gets 1 year of OPT, correct? Now, after that, the student, if he or she wishes to finish the bachelor's degree, can take admission of 2 years program either in this MSUB or get credits transferred to another university, finish their 2 years of bachelor's degree, and get another year of OPT. So that is 2+1+2+1. All right. So total 6 years of stay in the US. So any student who is looking into these things, if you have a student or two who can be placed for associate degree, you can. Now, many partners ask me, what is the visa success ratio of associate? Of course, for associate degree, visa success ratio will be a bit lower than what it is for UG and PG, but depends on the student's profile also, how he or she represents himself or herself during the visa interview. But one thing I can assure, this UG, you can immediately start promoting and getting applications done. So what you have to do, you have to get in touch with Join in Campus, and through them, you can definitely get the this thing processed. Applications.
What are the majors available for UG?
All right. I will just show you the screen I have prepared specially. I have highlighted the ones here for your this thing reference. I'm stopping the screen and resharing it. Can you see the screen? No, you cannot. Uh, just a moment. Is the screen visible now?
Not yet. Yes, now it is.
Okay. So if you can see, there are a few pretty lot of programs, but what is of importance to our students from India are the ones listed here in yellow highlighted. Accounting, you have chemistry, environmental studies, finance, you have information systems in BBA, you have management, general management, marketing, biology, psychology, and mathematics primarily. Okay. So these are the programs that you should get students to apply to.
Okay.
All right. Stopping the screen. So is there any question or anything that you have in mind for what we discussed about Montana State University Billings? Is it, uh, are you convinced with the requirements? Do you see students who come to you on a regular basis? Do you place these requirements on their heads and see, okay, this student can be placed or something? Anyone? Or any questions do you have? Otherwise, I will shift to the another institution. I need a guidance from you.
Just one question, like the undergrad in mathematics would come under STEM, right? UG in
Unfortunately, now
mathematics.
you are very right. That should be a STEM. But unfortunately, none of the courses, whether it's a science-oriented biology, chemistry, or mathematics, are under the STEM uh, uh, designated uh, thing. So they are all non-STEM. Any other question, please?
Bhowmik, you
Yes,
can just proceed.
yeah, we'll do so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I received one message. I will definitely share the things with Ms. Deepa and she can forward the same to you. So I'm shifting over to the next one. Now in this, I'm sure you will be having lot of questions and lot of, fights in our heads. So Menlo College, it's based in Atherton, California. They call it in the heart of the Silicon Valley. Yes, it is exactly because it is surrounded by all the companies around it. So getting an internship and getting placed is very easy for the students, and getting a job is primarily of importance, and they get it. So two or three primary factors that you should consider while pitching Menlo College is its locational advantage. Anyone's trying to say something? Okay. Locational advantage is one, but more to that, Menlo College has business courses which are accredited by ASESB. I request everyone to be on mute, please. Ms. Deepa,
Hello.
if you can just
Yes.
mute
Please
everyone.
mute yourself. No, I can't. But
All right.
yeah, you
So,
can.
The job requirements in the city or in and around California. Okay. So they are accredited by Association to Advance Collegiate Schools in Business. Hello.
હું એ જ કરું છું.
Window controllers.
Acha, 14:2 is the faculty ratio. Just a moment. Let me see if I can mute all.
Yes, Bhowmik, the access would be with you only.
That's what I'm trying to find. Where shall I get to see mute all? Anyways, chalo abhi shanti hai.
Yes.
14:1 is the faculty ratio, and little bit of Gyan. It's ranked top 7% globally in terms of academic excellence. As I said, that the courses are accredited by ASESB, and that's the reason. And it is ranked at top 16 in the colleges by Forbes magazine in the US. So what are the courses you are going to pitch to the students? So my dear friends and colleagues who are here today, you don't have to think about it. These courses are in your mind, be it accounting, finance, business analytics, international business, marketing, sports management, psychology are the courses which are sold more in this region, in this entire India. From India, students majorly choose these courses and go abroad. Apart from that, there are few entrepreneurship courses which are also been chosen, and HRM and real estate. Real estate, not so much, but then it has started to pick up. For Menlo College, we should look at the fall 24 intake. Application deadline is 15th of July. So we have little time at hand to consider and to promote this. Offer letter and I-20, 2 weeks and 2 weeks for both. But of course, the earlier we get the profiles, the earlier will be the processing, and I can push the admission team to generate the offer letter and I-20 ASAP. Okay. Admission requirement. Now, few good things that I would be happy to share. No application fee. Minimum academics in 12th is what we require is 60%, not less than that. SAT SAT is not required. We need IELTS. Now, in few zones from India, you have no problem for IELTS, which is 6.5 overall, no less than 6 at undergraduate level. TOEFL 74 and Duolingo 101, which are all acceptable. But for those zones of India where English proficiency is a question mark, where students only come to you thinking that, okay, I don't have to give English proficiency tests. So the good news for you is that you can do the application on the basis of medium of instruction, that is MOI. Okay. Now, a scholarship I'll discuss a little later. I-20 deposit of $250 is mandatory and it is non-refundable. Even if the visa is rejected, it is not refundable. Gaps. We accept a gap up to 7 years with justification. That means 0 to 7 with justification. For our diploma students, it will be unlimited backlogs that is accepted. But my again humble submission would be to all of you, let's talk about profiles or let's submit profiles within a justifiable limit. Unlimited doesn't mean that the student profile is very strong. It actually leads to the weakening of the profile. So within a justification that, okay, 2 or 3 gaps, 2 or 3 years of gaps with 5, 6, 7, 8 or max 10 backlogs is acceptable. But 20, 30, 40 backlogs is not acceptable that way. Although doesn't matter, you can still process. SOP LOR not required, no VAS or SPANTRAN. Now, another good point that on the basis of 11th final score, immediately you can admit a student. That means we accept the conditional application. Okay. Score should be how much? Not less than 60% academic. Tuition fee. Now comes it. Hanji.
सर I-20 जो है $250 नॉन रिफंडेबल है
जी $250.
स्टूडेंट को वीजा रिजेक्शन आता है तो भी नॉन रिफंडेबल है
Yes, that is the point. That's why he said that is even if the visa is rejected, it is non-refundable.
Got it.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So tuition fee. Now you will be cursing me, I'm sure, क्योंकि मैं ही represent कर रहा हूँ ना. So you'll be cursing me a lot today. कि tuition fee is 52,700 per annum. But as against that, if you see a little above, we are offering a scholarship. The moment you are admitting the student gets $26,000 scholarship in the first year. Okay. Now you will also see that there is a renewable scholarship written here, right? Renewable. This means that every year after first year, the student is eligible to get at 26,000 again and again. Exams get 3 GPA. Every year, they will be entitled to this $26,000 scholarship. Clear? Clear? Hai? Plus, the student is also given $4,000 every year renewable housing award. So, on-campus housing is mandatory for 1 year till the student is of 18 years of age. After that, they can stay outside. So if they are staying within the campus, housing and food costs you 14,236. That means 18,236 minus 4,000, which is being awarded. Clear? Now, last thing, which is a kind of a boomerang. $49,000 is the fund to be shown, which is 6-month-old fund with bank statement and balance certificate. Clear? Any questions now? And that's all. Documents are very simple. No documents required almost. These are basic things which are required. Any questions from any part of India?
Yes, I have a question.
Please, ma'am.
Yeah, so this fund requirement, this has to be of the immediate family, like the parents. I mean, they can show their bank statements.
Absolutely.
And the grandparents
Absolutely.
want to show that?
No, ma'am. Either the student or the parent. And
All right.
one more thing, you can, if liquid is not there, then
Yeah.
FDs will also do.
And what about the fixed assets?
No, ma'am, not fixed assets.
No, the
Only till
property
FD.
and all. Yeah, that won't
Yeah.
do.
No, that won't be counted, ma'am.
All right. All right, Mr. Bhowmik, I joined a little late, but I would need your phone number if you can share in the end.
Definitely, ma'am. In fact, you can be in touch with the Ms. Deepa,
Yeah.
who has organized this.
Okay.
That she will be the right person through whom you can connect with me.
All right. All right. Okay. I
right.
don't miss Deepa
All right.
also. So,
Yeah, I will send
No, I
my
will.
number in the chat
Yeah,
box.
Deepa is here
all
with
right.
us.
All right. Great. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you.
So Deepa ma'am is like Sri Krishna today.
Okay.
She's handling
Great.
all the ends and
But you
supporting
are
both of them.
like, okay, fine.
ठीक है
Okay.
ना,
Thank
Deepa
you
ma'am?
so much, Deepa. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions, please?
Hello.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask two questions. First, that the scholarship that you mentioned, the $26,000, that will be directly given to the student, or that will
Yes.
depend upon the academic background of the student? Because if the student is having that much backlogs and a gap also, then that student will be eligible for this scholarship?
Ma'am, simple. Let's keep it very simple.
Hmm.
The scholarship is given primarily on the basis of your academic requirement. So if the student is having 60% during admissions or during applications, the student is getting $26,000 scholarship. That's it.
Okay.
Nothing else
another-
is considered.
Okay. And another question I wanted to ask, that in US generally, I don't know whether it is fact or myth, that in US generally the colleges, the student who is opting for colleges, they don't get their visa approved
Ma'am, this
by
is
the embassy. The rejection ratio is more in colleges
ma'am,
compared to universities.
ma'am, tell me, I have seen even the best of the universities having a higher rejection ratio. And in fact, there are colleges which are, very popular ones. They do not have a rejection ratio. Rejection in USA cannot be controlled by anyone. All right. It could be a simple factor which is leading to a rejection. So let us concentrate on a profile that is hard to be rejected, that stands a chance to face the worst weather possible. Right. So that's how, if the student meets the minimum requirement, if you remember, I have mentioned that if the college says that we accept unlimited backlogs, doesn't mean that you should be having a 30, 40, 50 backlogs. We should have a justification within the boundaries that seems like quite acceptable, right? Agar 7 years हम justification we are asking that we are okay with this justification, doesn't mean that the student would be sitting at home and showing anything which could be a fraudulent as well. So that might lead to rejections, and that is the cause of rejection everywhere. So in my meetings, we come across, and you are aware of, you are the doyens of the industry. So you know how fraudulence takes place, right? Everywhere.
Okay, sir.
Mr. Bhowmik, I have one more question. Can you please explain what kind of backlogs are acceptable? Because does that mean student has failed some subjects? Does it mean the student has been sitting at home after completing their high school for some years? So what does it mean exactly?
Good question. It is actually a mix of everything.
Mm-hmm. So,
See, if the student is on purpose doing nothing and not attempted the examinations and have got backlogs in his semesters, will not be acceptable at any cost.
okay.
But backlogs actually mean that you have either flunked the examination, probably you could not pass through. That is the valid justification to your backlog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Could not pass it ever? I mean, what does that mean? Then he or she won't
No,
be eligible at all.
no. Backlogs at the same time need to be cleared, right?
Yeah.
You can be
Yes.
having backlogs, but then backlogs need to be cleared. I cannot say that I did not pass my matriculation examination or my 12th with so many subjects I have never appeared only. All
Yes.
right.
Yes.
That is not possible. But yes, eventually the student, unless it is extreme medical exigency or such cases where the school or the college has declared that
Yeah.
proving that we, on the basis of these subjects only, we are giving him or her the certificate. That is a rare case. Yeah.
Okay. So gaps, and gaps would mean after completing their class 12th, probably, let's say they joined their family business and did not study.
I beg to
And
differ here.
yeah, that is
Gaps,
something.
ma'am,
Yeah.
gaps is something.
Hmm.
In this case, what we mean is that, yeah, of course, say for example, you're fairly right. Suppose I passed my 12th this May 2024. And after
Hmm.
that, I'm taking time to probably help my family business, right? And or probably taking up a course which will help me in future, or something of that sort, which is relevant in nature. So
Yeah.
that gap needs to be justified. For example, if I have passed computer science, I mean, if I've passed with PCM, right? And
Hmm.
I'm opting for a digital marketing certification from a known, very well acclaimed institution. So for example, upgrad, right? And I've taken
Yeah.
6 months or 1 year of that course certification.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that certification you can submit as a justification to your gap.
Okay.
If you
So
are
what?
supporting your family,
Right.
that justification would be required.
Okay. So evidence is required for
Very
how
much.
you utilize the gap or what were the
Yes. Now,
reasons.
nowadays, ma'am, what students do, what I have seen, that with the prevalence of so many types of courses online, etc., they
Hmm.
stay at home for 1-2 years at at the lap of luxury of their parents, and
Yeah.
then it just show ki, okay, I did my certification with this, say BI certification, that is or some kind of online certification, and they present it.
Yeah, so that brings us again to the same question which one of, I
Yeah.
mean, I was listening.
Hmm.
So she asked about the visa rejection rate, because this is the kind of profile we are promoting.
Yes.
The rejection would be, very high.
Very high. So
Putting the
that's why,
student at risk actually by
yeah,
doing.
that's why, ma'am, it is all the more evident for both of us on your
Hmm.
part, because you are the face of with the student, and for us when we are evaluating the students, documents, that it
Yeah.
should be a proper one. Because even if I am doing paid, suppose $500 or $1,000 for these available normal certifications online, I would
Yeah.
barely know about the course what is been taught. I just paid and I
Hmm.
got the certification, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm. Hmm.
students will directly, if the questions are being, asked, the student will be at loss. So we
Hmm.
will accept here. The purpose of talking is that we will accept or we will submit applications which are bona fide, which are genuine in nature.
Genuine. Yeah. Yeah.
So that is very important, so that we can at least have a check on the rejection. Although we
Right.
cannot guarantee, even the best of the best students get rejected with a click of a or the blink of an eyelid, you know.
Right.
But
Right. Right.
that's all we have at hand.
But this is a recognized, sorry, I missed it. It's a properly
Yes, yes,
recognized university, right? Which is
absolutely, absolutely,
okay.
ma'am.
Okay. 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 Thank you.
Yeah. Any question? Any more questions? Or it's a coffee time for everyone?
Uh, there is a question in the chat box, like, does
Okay.
MOI?
Okay, cool. Now let me orient my mind for that moment. Does MOI have any conditions in 12th English marks to be accepted? Now, which region, Viba, which region are you from? You are from which part of
Maharashtra.
India?
Maharashtra.
Maharashtra. Okay, cool. A very good question, actually. And now it happens in two ways. The first thing is, if the student is from CBSC, ICSC, IB, IGSC, or even state board English medium, then it is expected that the student in his or her 12th standard would be having minimum 60% in his or her English. And you can immediately apply that student on the basis of MOI. Now, what is MOI? MOI has been given by the school authority. The school confirms that through and through, since 1 till 12, the student has been taught in English medium, and that the student comprehends all 4 sections of English, that is listening, reading, writing, and speaking. All right, then you can apply that student immediately. But on a safer side, we always say that at least the level of English should be over 60%. Yeah. Pardon? No problem, ma'am. Any more questions? Or if you don't have questions, I have one question, if I may ask, and everyone has to reply to that either on chat or verbally. You can unmute yourself and tell me. Now,
Okay, Bhowmik.
with the requirements that I just shared, of course, not all university or college has the, very uh, easy requirements. Now, few will be tough ones and few will be easier to go with the students. Now, of course, acceptability is today in the hands of the students. Jitna bhi aap push karo, it is finally the parents, the grandparents, or the student has to decide. All right. How many of you think that whatever was presented as a requirement, you can have students considering the deadlines in mind? Is it a good thing to promote? Do you see any applications coming by? Answers awaited, please. No one is ready to answer. It's okay, no problem. See, all I want is you taking a jump. Okay, Abbas, I understand. Which one is difficult, more difficult, Menlo or MSUB? Abbas, to you. See.
Bhowmik, can you please share the presentation on the screen?
Yeah, which one do you want, MSUB or Menlo?
Anyone would do. Just want to see the requirements
right away
as we talk. Yeah.
Can you see it now?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So this is UG of Montana State University, Billings. Okay. 15th June is the deadline. Admission requirements, pretty simple. I mean, this is a straight cut, yeah. You have $35 fee, you have the IELTS score or TOEFL or Duolingo, whichever you want to take. No I-20 deposit, up to 2 years gaps. SOPLO are not required, no VAS. You are paying a tuition fee of only $23,103 per annum. And with the one-day-old fund of $34,507.
Yes, this looks very attractive. In fact, it is too good to be true.
Ma'am, no, it's not just good to be true. It is absolute truth, because we get a lot of applications pan-India. And this is one of the very popular institutes, if not the topmost of the cadre, but very popular one for Indian students, to take up and get their career resolved there.
Yeah. So how's the placement or the internships there? I mean, if a student goes there, even at 50% fees, they want to look at the job prospects. That is the ultimate aim, actually, of most of the
Indian students. Ultimate aim. That should be the aim as well. So, of course, it will be fracas if I tell you, it will be a joke if I tell you all students get placed and balla falana dikana and all those things.
Mhm.
If
Yeah.
the
So
student from very first year or from the very first day in touch
yeah.
with the administration, I mean not administration, the academic council and
Mm-hmm.
the international cell, those students get to involve themselves with lot of projects and lot of industry exposure is being given to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so these students immediately get absorbed by the companies during internship. So the process is
Right.
very simple. They conduct education fairs. After the degree, they conduct few job fairs as well in the campus, and this is how it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
And as I
I
said,
understand
Montana,
that.
yeah.
So, Bhaumik, is there any data? Is there any? Are there any slides which could be the talking point? Because that is the ultimate aim. That once you complete, you get an OPT to settle. I mean, it's a
Ma'am,
non-STEM, right?
yeah, this is
Uh,
these courses are non-STEM. So 1 year
non-STEM.
is the
So,
OPT that they will be
so
getting.
they do not qualify for OPT then, right?
No, that will be only 1 year that they will be getting an extension, ma'am, after finishing their degree.
They get 1 year. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. And you are saying that from day one, they should be involved in life projects and experiential
absolutely.
learning.
I mean,
Uh,
live project is not something that they will have to ask for. It is being given. If you are available, you will be the one who will be getting it, right?
yeah.
So you have
तो
to
इस
be
पे
at the
कुछ
forefront.
मटेरियल है भौमिक हमारे पास because this would
Ma'am,
really help
इसका
in
इसका
marketing.
कुछ material नहीं है, but the only fact that I can share is that
Hmm.
Montana State, that
Hmm.
is MSUP Billings, has a
Hmm.
what do you call employment rate of more than 90%.
Okay.
That is the only data I have because, and that too why,
Hmm.
is very logical in nature.
Hmm.
Um, Montana State and Billings as a city, they are influenced by the companies which are prevalent in the state of California and Washington, right?
Okay.
So
Hmm.
all these companies are very catchy for jobs,
Hmm.
right? So students immediately after passing through these courses get absorbed.
And what kind of jobs? But ultimately, this would become the talking point for most of the parents.
Right.
So, अगर हमें इस पे कुछ आपसे data मिलता है,
मैम
I
एक
mean, of
काम
course,
करते
the
हैं इसका
website would have something, but if you
website,
can also
even
share.
website has what I
Hmm.
have done. I have one, list of companies where
Hmm.
students got absorbed, have been
Yeah.
getting absorbed basically
Hmm.
in the kind of profiles, etc., etc. So I have that with me, but not in this laptop of mine. It is in
Huh.
the drive in my computer. What I will
Okay.
do, I will share that detail with you through Deepa, right?
Yeah.
Which you can go through.
Sure. Sure.
Right, because
Sure.
immediately after passing this degree course, they get beautiful salaries, high pay
Hmm.
packets, and one of the things is that billings is affordable, so they can
Yeah.
save 30 to 40% of their salary or their expenses
Yeah.
from their salary,
No, this
right?
is absolutely attractive.
Yeah,
Just
so
that the end goal should be achieved, right?
yes,
With
yes,
because
absolutely.
yeah, because the effort is going, even if the fees is less, the student is spending 4 years there, 3 to 4 years, right? Undergrad
Oh,
is
yes.
for 4 years, yeah. And what kind of job profile, what kind of packages, अगर
I'll
कुछ
share that.
idea average का भी हो जाए,
I will
पिछले
share that.
चार पांच
Some around
कुछ
40, 40.
alumni testimonials मिल जाए,
Yes, 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 we
हाँ
have it.
इस टाइप का
If
कुछ data,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
certainly we will. If I don't have it, I will get it facilitated through the team.
yeah,
Okay, with the admission team itself. I will definitely
yeah,
you will get a hands on it. No problem.
sure, sure, sure. Thank you, thank you.
Anytime, please. Any more questions, or shall I stop the screen? Yeah. Deepa ma'am, anything that you would like to share? I think
No, like you have like the main part is covered, like regarding the requirements to apply the scholarship part and everything. And you have solved the queries of few of the agents. That's good. So we
and in
can just
fact,
hope. Yeah.
yeah, Deepa ma'am, one request would be there since
Hmm.
we are valued partners are here. So time and again, let's connect. Probably I am having few updates. Probably you will be having few applications or student profiles which you find need to be discussed.
Right.
So we can always be in touch through such sessions. Not necessarily it has to be that long. It can be
Right.
over 10, 15 minutes. So So
Okay.
anyone who wishes to join can always be connected with Ms. Deepa, and she will be the one who will be, taking this up with me.
Yes. Perfect. So I will be waiting for the details which you have just presented in over here in the webinar, and I will be sharing with all of them so that they can
Certainly.
send us the applications.
Yes, yes. To everyone, not to
Yes,
worry. So we'll share that, and you will receive it before tomorrow's EOD.
that's okay. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ms. Deepa, for organizing, and good luck and best wishes to all the partners. And grow more and more. That's it. That's what is the best wish that I can share from my end.
Thanks,
All right.
Bhowmik. Yeah.
Thank you,
Thanks a
Ms. Deepa.
lot. Have a
Have a
good day.
wonderful
Yeah.
day, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.